Now we'll see some examples. Have you heard of telegraph? Telegraph system. That also had mechanical concepts involved. Okay. So telegraph system, those days it was completely wired. From RIT, if you want to discuss some information with Anna University, those days it used to be completely wired kind of communication. So people used to have long wires for communication. Okay. There used to be a transmitter device, there used to be a receiver device, completely wired. Now we don't have that kind of a wired communication, so it's being replaced by wireless. So do you think this kind of a system can be patented? Do you think it is patentable? Any idea? Idu patent pannalama? You think it is patentable? Converting wired communication into wireless, do you think it is patentable? How many of you think it can be patented? You can raise your hand. So you all think it cannot be patented? No idea? So just think about the system. Very simple system. There was a wired communication. Then later it was replaced by wireless. So is this patentable or not? Yeah. So it's patentable, right? Correct. Because we are using some new technique, radio technology or radio waves technology. So people use those kind of radio waves to transmit data or information from one part of the world to another part of the world. So it is patentable. So people have got patent for this work. So even if you think you can alter the system, come up with a new technology or something very new that can replace the existing system, yes, you will have a patent. Okay. So always think how you can provide better solutions to the community. You are all mechanical engineers who are going to become innovators. Mechanical engineers are the most, I've seen as innovators. Computer scientists, they'll simply keep coding, programming, and they'll push the code to the GitHub, and their life is that much. They don't have any kind of better thinking. They are not innovators. But people like you are innovators. Always you can develop some product which will have more value, because consumers want products in hand. It can be new design, new concepts, new products in hand. It can be for their house, for their offices. It can be for anything, for the different purposes. Even smart toys. If you want to build some smart toys for children, yes, there are a lot of patents for smart toys as well. So this is the main reason. So why we think radio waves can actually be filed as a patent, because messages can be transmitted wirelessly for the first time. So they have made a difference in the technology. So they have given a patent for it. So do you think this is patentable? It's a small knob. It's a very small knob that can be used for cupboard. It can be used for various other small tables. Do you think this can be patented? Why do you think yes? Design. No. Design patent, if this already existed knob, then you will not be able to clear the exam. There'll be something called patent examination. So people have filed any number of patents in knob, especially Chinese. So Indians are not able to get patent for this. People who submitted patent, it got rejected, because already multiple knobs are available in the market, right? So even I'm telling you, even before independence, even before India knew about patent, people had knobs. Okay, they used to use in carts, bullock carts and other carts. They had different kind of knobs, so they were not able to get patent for it. So not patentable, because it's not novel, and they are not inventive steps. Maybe as design patent it's okay, but rejection ratio is very high, because in the market we already have a lot of knobs from those days. Okay. A person interestingly designed a trouser with 3 legs, which means pant with 3 legs. Do you think it's patentable? Correct. Who said that? Very good, very good. How many of you think it's still not patentable? It's unique, right? 3-leg trouser is a unique thing. How many of you have thought about having a 3-leg pant? But interestingly, please remember, in America, this is accepted as a patent. You know why? Because they focus on inclusivity. What do you mean by inclusivity? People, who might have different kind of ability. They might have 3 legs. There are cases, multiple fingers. People have 12 fingers. There are people with 3 legs also. Please remember, it's called inclusivity. We need to accept those people. So these kind of pants are helpful for people with 3 legs. or people with multiple fingers, you might have a gloves with 12 fingers. So it is patentable. But in India, as of today, it's not accepted. Even if you design these kind of trousers or any kind of gloves, it's not acceptable. It's not, it doesn't, I mean, basically examiners don't consider. Maybe India, in few years, they might accept. In India, this is not accepted, but in America, it is accepted. So I'm going as per India, because if you're filing patents in India, so if you're coming up with this three-leg trousers, new designs, new concepts, it's not accepted. So don't waste your money. So that's what I wanted to say. Whereas in US, it is accepted. Okay, have you seen agriculturist picking up weeds? You have seen weeds, right? Like, let's say that they plant tomato, for tomatoes or any other plants. Always you will have some kind of weeds coming very close to the plant to restrict its growth. So generally farmers, they do hand picking. So they hand pick the weeds so that the tomatoes can produce the outcome as expected. So that's the main reason they remove the weeds. But it's laborious. So going through the complete area of their agricultural land is not easy, picking up the weeds. So the gentleman who is in this picture, he developed a bicycle weeder which can automatically keep picking up the weeds. So do you think it's patentable? Very good, very good. So it is something unique, right? Because before people used to pick the weeds, but it's being replaced by a system which can automatically pick the weeds, which means this can be patented. It can be patented in both formats, one as utility patent, second as a design patent. So this is the answer. Yes, it can be filed, it can be filed as a patent, both as design and utility. So what about this one? Amphibious bicycle. So this is a bicycle which can float on water and it can go on land as well. So do you think this can be filed as a patent? Okay. So you should also think in these lines. If you're going for a final year project or internship project, think what can benefit the community, what can be unique, what can be new to the community. So try to keep addressing the problem. It can be climate, it can be tapping sun energy, or it can be anything for that matter. If you can think in these lines, you will have a patent, you will have a very good outcome in internship. Maybe the company where you might be working as intern may not expect you to have a patent, but if you can come up with that new concept, new product idea, please go for a patent. You can protect your idea. When you go for placement, it becomes much, much easier. Okay. So yes, amphibious bicycle can be filed as a patent. So yes, this is the answer. So generally what I tell students, especially mechanical engineering students, always keep thinking new ideas. When you have some new ideas, try to put it in a paper. Try to write it down in few points. Then try to work on it. Try to see how many people have come up with the same idea like you people have thought. So try to add some new features, new product ideas to it. So keep building on it. So starting with a paper and pen is the first step. That's how I generally start. As a student, that one thing I did, and today I can proudly tell, when people call me as a scientist, it gives me that kind of happiness, because I used to think what can be unique, what can be new to the community. Okay, you need to think in that way. So design patent, how do you start, Pa? So you start directly with CAD or you start with paper sketches?
You want to sketch in pen.
Correct.
Search in Google patterns.
Very good.
Exist patterns are there.
Very good, very good.
So we innovate the designs.
Correct.
Compared to previous designs.
Correct.
So,
very good, very good. Excellent, excellent, very good. So whenever you have time, please discuss with your classmate, your friend as well. So always start with some paper sketches. Try to check in Google if there are some product very similar to your idea. So you can always do that. You have Google patents. You can search there, or normal Google search, see what new products are available, how your product idea is different from other ideas. So start with paper sketches, do some coloring, try to see whether this product will be of good fit to the community. Then slowly get into CAD or Fusion 360, try to work on a product design, and it's easy to file a patent. That's all, 3 steps. Start with paper sketches, we call it as low fidelity prototype. Second, start with CAD or Fusion 360, we call it as medium fidelity prototype. Once the design is done, coloring, sketching from all angles, that's called high fidelity prototype. So which means you have 3 levels. If you focus on 3 levels, you will definitely have a design patent straight away. Okay, and of course you need some guidance from legal expert. They will suggest whether this is patentable or not. They'll give you that guidance. If you want, you can reach out to me. I will also suggest guide. So you'll be able to have a patent. So this is a step that we follow from paper sketches to designing in software. Copyrights, as I mentioned earlier, copyrights are also very important. So let's say that you come up with some written material. It can be your study material, or you might have come up with some thermodynamics related topic, maybe a flowchart. Even if you come up with an interesting flowchart, you can actually file a copyright because it's your own right. Because you have come up with a unique flowchart, you have some steps that you have come up with. Maybe from a different scientist or different perspective, the flowchart would have been something different, but you might have redesigned. Even if you redesign, you still have a right for your copyright because you have made a lot of changes to the flowchart, the loop, or whatever you want. So you can still file a copyright for the flowcharts as well, as far as you have a proper description. So you need to describe why changing the flowchart will help a particular system. Okay, so copyright is also very important. It can be lab material, it can be your any other education material, flowcharts, new block diagrams, new pseudocode, algorithms, anything for that matter. Whatever you try to come up in terms of writing in the written format or drawing format, please go for copyright so that you can protect your work. And other than studies, even if you are coming up with some songs, lyrics, music, anything, still you can go for copyrights. So there's no particular restriction when it comes to copyrights. Okay, how many of you heard about trademarks? Oh, you have heard? Very good, very good. So you have seen most of the companies, so they try to protect their brand because they don't want people to misuse the brand, whether it is Google or Microsoft or anyone. People don't want to misuse the brand, so they want to protect. You know, Google personally, someone can do some other product, right? They can say almost like Gmail's another product or something they can sell. So they don't want that to happen. So they try to have a brand protected. If someone tries to breach the brand, then they can sue millions. So if you have a product brand and if someone tries to misuse your brand or product, they can sue in millions. Okay, millions, they can get royalty. So it is very important to have trademark. Now you might have been thinking, what is the big purpose about it? Why I have to come all the way to give a talk? So these are some of the important points that you need to think about. So why IPR? Why Baharuddin sir has to take this effort to bring me here? Why am I talking here? What is the purpose behind it? So you need to understand, it will build your portfolio. In your CV, when you mention patent, it makes a huge difference. Today I'm very happy to see, your classmate is having 9 patents. I'll tell my HR immediately. Today I'll go, I'll reach my office, I will talk about, your classmate. That's what we want. We want someone who's enthusiastic, who's passionate about research, who's passionate about innovation, who's having patents. So same thing will apply to any company. When you apply for any jobs, placement, they will look into these parameters. Okay, over the student, your patent, your publications, what has he achieved in internship. So these are some of the things. Only certificates will not help. Please understand, I have been student, right? I have seen life from last 10-15 years. It's not easy. Having certificates, having a lot of courses being done, nothing really matters. People expect something from industrial level. Industry cannot requirement. You need to have some good publications, patents, good experience. If they give you some problem statement, can you crack it? Let's say that you join a company who's into automobile side. If they ask you about fuel management, or it can be a battery swapping station, you should be in a good position to build a product idea. So that's what industries expect these days. So you need to cultivate a habit of coming up with some innovative ideas. So please look into it. Start coming up with a lot of project ideas, problem statements. Okay. So that is why this IPR helps. So whether you want to build a new business, or whether you want to build your own portfolio, or you want to commercialize your products. Okay. So these are some of the opportunities. If you want to collaborate with your professors, you can get some funding. So please make a note of these funding areas. They give you funding in lakhs. If you want to have a product idea, please apply in these areas along with your professors. Only students alone cannot make a difference. So please take a screenshot if you want. So these are the areas that will help you if you get some funding. So Ministry of India will give you funding if you have good ideas. So another one is Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Another one is SERB. So please discuss with your professors, HOD, try to come up with good ideas and try to submit your proposals and ideas here. You will be able to get some good funding. There are international collaborative projects. So even these kind of industry international people, they give you good funding. Indo-German collaboration, they give in lakhs actually, 40-50 lakhs. They give 40-50 lakhs to work on a different project. If you have good ideas in automobile side, you will be able to get good funding from Indo-German projects. So like that, you have in Indo-Science, you have Indo-UK. So many students and professors have got Newton funding actually. So there are plenty of links which I have been sharing. If since you are all in final year, if you have a product idea, you can get startup funding along with professors. So you can collaborate with professors like Baurudin sir or other HODs. So once you have good ideas, talk to them, then apply for these kind of areas. So you will be able to get good funding. Which one? Yeah. So women especially. So if you are all looking for a different kind of funding, so please look into this. You can take some screenshot. You can collaborate with women professors. You can get good funding. If you want to have your own startup or you want to work on just internship projects, you will get good funding. So you can make a note of these links. So even Bahuruddin sir will share these slides. So if you want, okay. So just quickly I will wrap it up with success stories. So after that, so we have filed a lot of patents. So we can collaborate. We'll come up with some good ideas. We'll support you. We'll give you that funding also. We'll pay for the patents. Don't worry. So it's just that you need to have that collaborative mindset. So we have international publications. We have sent a lot of faculty and students from Satyabama, SRM. So we have sent students abroad. Some students have got opportunities to study masters abroad. So this one was taken in UK, where I am currently working. We have sent professors and students to Thailand. Recently, we sent students to Malaysia as well. So students are coming in newspapers. So why do you want to collaborate with us? We'll give you funding, we'll give you internship, we'll give you abroad studies opportunity. So we will have a lot of things to share. We'll give you job opportunities as well. So please reach out to Bahuruddin sir for any other further collaborations. Okay, thank you so much for this great opportunity. Thank you.